Northwestern is the home team, and Duke with a 21-7 lead in the fourth quarter. Jones out of the shotgun, takes the snap, pump fake, pressure coming, he's sacked. Gaziano got him off the edge back at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, when I first got hit, I actually didn't feel it immediately. I kind of felt it when I got up and started running and moving my arm. I realized something was off, and I thought I had a pretty good idea it was my collarbone, so I went and got x-rayed there at the stadium, and it was tough to see, but they could see a fracture there. So, initially I was, pretty crushed, but got back to sideline. Hap told me that it was possible to be back pretty soon there in a few weeks, so that became the goal and kind of went from there. I had, the operation done the next day where they went in and put the plate in there, and then kind of the healing process started from there.
Basically, we're going to scan Daniel. As we do, the renderings will start to appear on the computer, so we'll look towards Clark for the software expertise.
They had to develop a model. This involved them scanning the other player. In this case, we had white light scanning equipment that was available to them, as well as very wonderful pieces of software that allow them to kind of refine that scan data down into a model.
So basically we started with this model, which was just kind of a proof of concept.
Obviously this is big and would restrict some motion, so after this process we were able to get the scan and create a custom mold to Daniel's torso. So then we ended up with something like this, which would fit custom to Daniel, and this was still a little bulky. He wanted a little bit more range of motion as he came across, so we continued to reduce the material and perfect the geometry. So we made a couple more changes before we ended up with where we were satisfied with a final print.
So there were a couple prototypes that were done, and this was our finished product, and it goes kind of like this right along. You can see this is Daniel's clavicle here, and it kind of fits him just like that, and then we used tape to put it on, and it stayed in place, and it if he does get a hit here, as you can see, it would hit and distribute around it, and hopefully he wouldn't feel anything and it wouldn't do any damage.
Learning about this device and then having Daniel use it in practice, what gave you that confidence to start him?
Well, Hap fell in love with this thing. He's the one telling me, our trainer's telling me about this 3D printer and how hard this device is going to be. He was convinced that Daniel was symptom-free and felt no pain, and that with this device, there was really no way he was going to feel any contact. And as it ended up, that's exactly how it happened. So it was an easy decision on my part.